See, that's why in the 70s, if you had a V8 motor gas hog, they were Lincoln Continentals or boats, and you really were alone at a stop sign or a stoplight, and roads are still the same size, but the cars have changed size. And the V8s were gas guzzlers, and four cylinders were slower than a little lady from Pasadena. It would actually take an hour to reach 60 miles an hour, and then you were at a stop sign, but you could turn left like a rabbit car, Eddie Rabbit, a Chevette. But if you're a V8 guzzler, a big boat, you'd be there in 2 seconds. But if you turned any left or right corner, you would hit the car beside you. So you're really alone like Animal Planet and have to wait for nobody to be around and then turn your car. And everybody knows speed, which if you're traveling, like let's say you're going to visit your granny or somebody or your friend and it's an hour away, let's say you drive 60 miles an hour, you really will get there. If you drove a whole hour to visit your friend or your granny and you drove 60 on a county rural road, paved, it actually you would get there 5 minutes early. Really, but then for I hate it when people are too clean or too nosy, and it could be like that. Like, examining, too clean and too nosy and too personal. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we have radar guns, and cops always, you know what I'm saying, have the discretion to write your warning or whatever. Depends on how bad your ticket is. But, like, if you're going to see your granny or your friend an hour away, and the speed limit's 55 and you took a back road instead of the freeways, it really is like that. If you do, the speed limits on all those roads are 55. If you drove 60 mile an hour, you're only going to get there 5 minutes early. And a cop, if they pulled you over and he's behind you, but back in the day, yeah, if you were in the 70s, a parent, and you were driving, and you'd have to be like so not even paying attention or not even realizing the cop was behind you. He'd have to go he'd have to be on your ass or like a 2 car lengths behind, but like towing, but not. But he'd have to be behind you, and you'd have to not even look in your rearview mirror and not it'd be like stupid and not even realize he's behind you. And he'd have to travel behind you for like 5 or 10 minutes because that's just like when you throw an object, and you know what I'm saying, inertia. But he'd have to be behind you for like 10 minutes to like go as fast as you for his speedometer to move, for him to know to fluctuate to know exactly how fast you were going to write a ticket. And that's why there were so many bad dads or possibly bad moms throwing up fist fights, beating them up, saying, "You can't prove shit. It's my word against yours. I don't deserve a ticket." You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the big boats, V8 gas guzzlers, there really was their speedometers if they worked, which but that was the big thing in the 70s. And then if you're so ugly like John Lennon and your NFDIC bank account, a check, a book, was negative 2 cents, and you were so ugly, no granny would loan you 2 cents, and you couldn't get a ride to the bank. You'd really do 10 years in prison for check fraud, no matter what. Or you couldn't get another check in America, a checkbook, a rubber room, and a mental. Bang your heads. Mental health will drive you mad. Bang your head. And the rubble. No, it's a rubber mental room, the White House, right where I live, right? A mental white, soft cotton, crazy, one flew as a cuckoo nest, right? Cotton room for crazy people, right? My little White House room for free, right?